Good morning, everybody, and it's Lilia from Scotland's Wild Medicine Festivals here, Heal Scotland. And this morning I have my darling friend Margaret Ker with me to talk about labyrinths. Margaret, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, great to see you.
Yes, so you are at Tarbert Festival, which is phenomenally exciting. And I believe you've been there. Have you set the labyrinth up already?
Yes, I had a tour around the whole site and I just wasn't seeing the right place. And then suddenly my friend took me up to this beautiful oak woodland and we both just absolutely fell in love with it. It's absolutely beautiful. So it's a 5-minute walk from the wellness hub. So it's a nice walk up the forest track, and then I used just all the leaves and twigs and bark and stuff that was lying about. And I really enjoyed doing it. But at one point, about an hour into it, I thought to myself, I've usually got about 10 helpers doing this. And then I thought, right, okay, practice what you preach. Just cool, calm down, relax, and enjoy the experience. So I must have spent probably a good 5 hours creating a labyrinth, but it was lovely, such a beautiful woodland.
Oh, I look forward to seeing it. I saw that somebody did a daffodil one. They planted daffodil bulbs. Have you seen that one?
That's Eva, yes, Eva Wolfram. She's done down at, what's it called? Just beyond White House.
Ah, right. Is that where it is?
Yeah.
Ah, cool, cool.
What's it called again?
You turn your volume up a little bit, Margaret. Is that possible?
How's that? Well,
yeah, just make sure you're speaking right into the microphone because you're a little bit quiet. I can hear you fine, but it's a little bit quiet.
Okay.
So if you just really close,
I think that's probably.
If you just speak up and speak close to the iPad.
Okay.
Right. So tell us.
I mean,
that's better.
That better.
Tell us how you get into labyrinths.
Well, it's quite interesting because the first time I walked a labyrinth, I didn't even know what it was. I just walked this lovely path in this beautiful estate. And it was kind of weird. This is actually probably about 20 years ago, to be honest. And as I was walking, I felt very kind of light-hearted and fluttery and kind of giggly. And I thought, oh, this is really strange. I know I'm happy. This is a lovely place, but there's something kind of weird happening here. And without getting into detail about the story, I actually had an aha moment by the time I got to the centre, which was totally life transforming. And I kind of came away thinking, this is a crazy idea that I've had. Too crazy for words, but I actually implemented it and it was the best thing ever. So then after that, I'd forgotten about labyrinths. But it wasn't until I left my job and moved up to Argyll that I got this fabulous book called Labyrinth for the Spirit. How to create your own labyrinths for meditation and enlightenment. And then at Tainish Nature Reserve, they gave me the opportunity to create a turf labyrinth there with volunteers. And people loved it so much, just walking around this labyrinth. And I mean, some stories I was getting back, school parties went there. And one woman who had primary school children there said that one little boy who was autistic, who wore deafeners all the time, he couldn't cope with noise. He walked the labyrinth and took his deafeners out. And I mean, they were all astonished at this, And there's quite a lot of stories about children with autism. One woman, she was working with primary children, and this little girl had never spoken in her life. She was non-verbal. And after walking the labyrinth with the group, and it was a beautiful rhododendron labyrinth, this was in Rothsay, It was all made of rhododendrons, so the colours were beautiful and everything. This wee girl started singing a song. And her mother
Wow.
was just in floods of tears because she was so bowled over. This child had never spoken before. And see what you're saying about the lymphatic fluids and stuff? It's almost as though, because you're walking these curves and you're doing these turns, because you don't normally walk in a line and then do a 180-degree
Yes.
turn. So you're doing all these turns as you walk the labyrinth. So what is it actually doing to your brain?
Really.
Yeah.
And we're very linear. We walk forward, we sit down, we get up. So it's so good for the brain to go in different directions.
Mm-hmm. So really after that, I became quite obsessed with labyrinths, and I went on a 6-week pilgrimage to Vancouver Island, just walking labyrinths. And the thing is,
Yes.
they are generally in such beautiful environments. They're either in the beach, in the forest, in people's gardens, and a lot of these ones, some were in lavender fields. So you're walking through this labyrinth of lavender, which was so relaxing. And a lot of them were in eco-villages.
Uh-huh.
So you would actually walking through different herbs, rosemary, St. John's wort. So you're actually smelling all these beautiful herbs as you walk. And although Vancouver Island is very exotic, there are so many labyrinths in Scotland that you can type into a labyrinth locator, just say labyrinth locator, type in where you are, Edinburgh, Aberdeen, St Andrews, Argyll, whatever, and you'll find a labyrinth near you. Yeah.
Yes. And a lot of them you've been responsible for.
Well, in Argyll, yeah. But what I do, I don't like to mislead people. I tend to mark the labyrinth out. Like the one over in Glen in Community Woodland has been very successful. So I kind of go decide what kind of labyrinth we want. There's so many different designs, and I mark it out. This is just a mode grass one, but it takes them a while to mature and develop their own life. And at the winter solstice in December there, I went over and there were about over 30 people there, lots of kids playing in the woods, organised games, etc. And then as dusk fell, they'd organised a candlelight lit walk. So everyone picked up their jar with their lit candle, and this place that had been sort of quite noisy and kids running about laughing suddenly became this quiet, serene space. And everybody's walking to the centre with their candle, and they laid their candle in the middle, walked out again, and then they sat and told stories and just drank their hot chocolate, and it was just so lovely. And I think what's lovely, I actually like walking labyrinths on my own, but what's nice about walking together, you do feel as though you're part of this wheel. You're part of this connected wheel. There's a point that you just all feel as though you merge into one. It's really lovely.
So tell me what you're going to be doing at the festival. How's it going to look for people that that don't know what a labyrinth is, have never walked a
Right.
labyrinth before? Why would they come?
Right. Well, basically, a labyrinth isn't a maze. A maze, you've got dead ends, you've got to work out how you get to the centre, etc. A labyrinth is just one path. So you really can switch off your logical thinking brain, and all you're going to do is put one foot in front of the other and enjoy this meditative walk. And for example, a friend recently, who walked a labyrinth with her, she said her mind was just chatter, chatter, chatter. But as she walked, she just felt, all this noise draining away. And the more she got to the centre, she just actually felt so peaceful. So what we'll do, Sus Coons is joining in, which is great, because she's doing a qigong. So I've got my labyrinth t-shirt for the event, Solvitur ambulando. It's sold by walking. And I'll have my labyrinth drum.
Oh, beautiful.
We'll gather together, and I've got quite enjoy using feathers. So I think we'll have a wee gathering, and together we'll just, because even just looking at the labyrinth, maybe do something like breathing in, I relax, and breathing out, I smile. And it's quite amazing how you can just actually visibly see people relaxing as you do that. So we'll start off with that, then we'll go for a walk up the forest track to the woodlands. And again, Suze will join in and we'll do the Qigong slow meditative walk as a wee practice. And then I'll lead us into the centre of the drum. And I thought we could do either a gratitude walk, or I've got a wee poem we could reflect on just interconnectedness. Something people can have their own personal intention, whatever they want. Whatever we do, we'll walk the labyrinth to the centre, and then I think Suze is going to do a Qigong movement in the centre. We'll all gather in the centre, and then we'll walk out again, and I'll give people little cards so that they can actually draw their own labyrinth, because they're so simple to draw. And that's one of the things I love about the whole thing as well, is the art content, the paintings and drawings, etc. And people get so excited when they realise they can do it. It's so easy. And
yes.
They can draw it. And then it's funny, this is one that somebody left behind one time. And on the back, they can write maybe their own personal thoughts about their labyrinth experience. They don't have to share it with anybody, it can be their own thoughts. But funnily enough, in the back of this one, it says, "We are never alone, we are love. We are differentiated divine consciousness." Now, I just picked that up this morning and I thought, oh, I wonder who wrote that, because it's not my writing. So, and they can take that away with them. And that's their own personal little labyrinth that they can put in their bag or their purse,
Fantastic. So you and Suze are obviously going to be doing the workshop, but the labyrinth's going to be there for people to walk anyway. And even the people from Tarbert and people that...
Because I've got little... Yes, do you know, it actually just occurred to me, you know Wilma Mackenzie?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if you know her. Anyway, she's in Tarbert. She's coming up on Thursday, and she's going to do a wee bit of trimming to make the path a wee bit clearer. And because it's all natural materials, it's just the leaves and the twigs from the forest, it can just be left there. And it is a woodland walk that, Wilma says people do go with their dogs and things. So it'll be interesting to see how long it actually lasts there. People might even add to it themselves, because it's not... it's just
well, even the one at Barmolach, I realised how... It was getting grown over, even with the sheep going in and eating it, and obviously Stuart kept adding more stones to it. So it's very well established now, but if you don't look after it, nature takes it back, doesn't it?
Yes. If you live in Australia or Vancouver Island, it's fine. It looks after itself. A gale with all the wet and the rain, you need to look after them. Although there's a beautiful one in Oban. See if you're down at the sea. That one in Oban looks after itself because it's so near the sea, and that just, the wind and the rabbits. There's loads of rabbits there actually. They munch around.
Yeah, of course. I know. Well, listen, that's awesome. I look forward to seeing you. When are you coming down? When are you coming to Tarbert?
Whenever it starts, that's the... I'm actually going to be down on the Thursday. And I thought, I don't know if You can see there's painting behind me.
Yes.
I'm going to bring some paintings because there is a ledge around the hall, which is great. And this is a feather on a grass stick. And the paintings, people can actually trace the labyrinth path with the feathers. So I'm going to bring maybe, that's a big one, but other smaller ones as well. Bring maybe about 4 paintings or something like that people can actually trace.
Right,
Again, you can see people relaxing as soon as they start tracing the path. And breathing, you know, remember and breathe. And then you become more conscious of their breathing. And yeah, it's really nice. The gully smiling.
Well, you gave me the finger labyrinth for my 60th. And I was amazed that even just, like you say, tracing with my finger. Like, I was like, how's that even working? It's so fascinating. So for anybody listening, you want to try and learn more from the Labyrinth Queen, come and meet Margaret and Suze. What a beautiful combination, the two of you. Absolutely brilliant. I love the Qigong as well. It's just, yeah.
So I could just leave the paintings over the weekend and people can use the feathers to trace them whenever they've got a wee break or something. I was also going to bring down a few finger labyrinths because these are lovely.
Yes.
They've got grooves in them, so you can actually close your eyes.
And do them.
You don't think. You don't have to think.
Yes.
And yes, it's just so relaxing. You know? So I'll bring a couple of these, and people can
great
have a wee play because it's good fun as well. You know, I mean, it's just lovely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it always seems too simple to be so powerful, but that's what I'm finding out about everything now. It's simplicity. That's where you get the results.
And they can dance or sing. They can sing the labyrinth, chant round the labyrinth. You know, it's.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, one time I did a wee talk at the WI, and it was this quite straight-laced older woman was walking the labyrinth, and she said, "Oh, I feel like being naughty. I think I'm going to skip." That is fantastic. Now, you know, how naughty you are when you skip. I mean, you know, you need to.
Yeah, that's a whole new level of naughtiness. Oh, love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, well, listen, I look forward to seeing you on Friday. The weather's forecast great. We're going to have another amazing weekend. Yeah, I'm very, very grateful. Another phenomenal lineup. You're going to meet some amazing.
I look forward to all the dancing.
I know. We've got line dancing as well. Line dancing on Saturday night. Okay. Lovely to see you, Margaret. I'll see you at the weekend.
Okay, Lilia. Looking forward to seeing you then. Bye.